Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's video. Today's video, I got this Autometer 4327 oil pressure gauge that I'm going to install in my 2003 Jeep TJ that I recently did a 4.8 Ls Vortec swap. Now, originally, I had tried to get the Novak emulator to work, but it's been nothing but buggy. So, pretty much all the gauges in the dash work except for RPM and the oil pressure. So I'm going to install the oil pressure today, then we're going to do a tack later on. So in my 2003 Jeep TJ, there's numerous places I could install the oil pressure sender. One of them is in my remote oil filter right here, but I installed the factory Jeep oil pressure sender into the port down below, which can be kind of a nightmare, but we're going to see what it's going to be like on the LS swap here. So of course, you're going to have to remove the cover here and try to get at that sender behind. But let's have a look and see what's inside the box here. What do we get? Not much in the box, pretty simple. You most likely don't even have to open up the instructions because you got your oil sender right here with a couple adapters. And not only that, if you look on the back of the gauge itself, it's all labeled: ground in the middle, ignition on the right, and S for sender on the left there. Pretty straightforward. Now, a long time ago, I installed a clock in my console right there, so I'm going to remove that clock, and that's where the oil pressure gauge is going to go, because a lot of the wiring is already there, so it's going to make the installation a little bit more simpler. Okay, so let's work on getting this oil pressure sender installed. That way I can monitor everything. So I just pulled the plug off of it. I'm going to see if I can extract the old sender. This is my setup right here, and I'm going to remove the factory Jeep sender. It's a 27 mil socket or swivel extension and a ratchet. Bust it free like that, and it's turning. And it's turning, which is good. That's what we want, right? Spin this out. Spin this out by hand. There we go. So now I got the old sender out. Gonna get ready to put the new one in. Now, of course, what you want to pay attention on the instructions for this, it says sender grounds through the threads. So that's pretty important. So now I got my Teflon tape. Just gonna give her a couple wraps here. Remember, it grounds through the threads. So even if you miss like the first couple threads, right, then ensure you got a ground. And you don't want your Teflon tape to go right up over above, because you don't want to get Teflon tape in the oil gallery. So now I'm going to reach down, feel with my hand where the hole is, and start threading the gauge in by hand. So I got the sender tightened down. It's actually a metric. It's a 14 mil, but a 9/16 worked as well to try to get my hand in there. Now, if you want to verify that it's indeed grounded, I got my multimeter here. You want to set it to ohms. See right here, if I touch the alternator, you can see it gives me a resistance value. So that's the same down there. As you touch it to, my big hand's in the way, you touch it to the sender where your electrical connection is going to be bolted. right there, and then you can look at the gauge, and since I'm reading resistance, I know that we got a ground, so we're good. So I got everything pulled out where the gauge is going to go. I didn't film that because it's irrelevant to mostly anybody. Now I had the clock in there before, so that's going to be a full-time power, which I don't need. I need to tap into an ignition on, so that's what I need to figure out in this mess. So this is going to be my sender wire, and I'm going to run it through where the old transmission cable went and run it into the dash, and then leave it connected to the spool so I can cut it to length afterwards. So now, as talked about at the back of the gauge, we got the ignition on wire, which I got with this red wire right there. That's going to tap into the ignition on. The ground is the middle, and then sensor is the left one. And the sensor I ran is this blue wire right there, and the ground's already in there. So now I just got all the wires ran. I could feed that back into the housing, tighten it up. So there it is. Turn on the light. Yeah. And then the oil sender wire is ran. So now the gauge is installed. Everything's back together. It's the moment of truth now. See if it's gonna work. Make sure it's in park. So there you have it. Oil pressure gauge is working. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. 3 wires, that's all it is. Ground, ignition on, and the sensor wire from your sensor. Now, of course, after running it for a bit, you want to check the sensor to make sure that it's not leaking, so you don't have any issues down the road. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.